So I just wanted to make a part three. I was going through some of these lines, and as you can imagine, some of them are pretty funny. This one is funny just because they only released at Win. I mean, you'll see here they have Westgate at least on here with Win. But if people that don't know, Win is literally the worst book in the world. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Um, at least on app. I mean, over the counter, they will take some bigger bets, but on the app, I know for a fact because I've seen it in real life. I've done it. I've had a friend who's been limited by them. He's a lifetime loser. He bets big, but he's a lifetime loser. And they will not let this guy bet over $300 on an NBA game on app. I mean, that's hilarious. So you have, we're talking NBA markets here. We're not talking small college basketball, South Alabama at Troy. We're talking NBA. I've seen NFL even. They're only taking 300, 500 on app for teasers. This was last year. Win is a joke. So the point is that they're releasing solely at Win. And I'll just go to the line history. I mean, it's not terrible. They're basically stealing a half point. So basically, what they're doing is this. We'll go to Bookmaker. They bet this the night. Oh yeah, and this is an overnight, by the way. So they released this at 8:25 p.m. on February 22nd, the night before the game. The game time is the next day at 2:23, 5:15 game time. And as you can see here, there's some plus twos. There's a plus 1.5. There's a plus two with some, it's juiced here. There's a minus 110, minus one. So there's a minus 110 at 9:10. What time did they release? 8:25. Where is it? 8:25. 825 to plus 2.5 minus 110. Um, you know, so the closest we have is 903, and they're getting plus 2 minus 112 at bookmaker. Pinnacle, um, you know, let's see. Pinnacle, we're getting a plus 2 minus 108 at 909. And it goes back to 1.5. Pick 'em. So you get the point. I mean, it's not egregiously off. It's not egregiously off market, but the point is that when they were betting all of these plays, they were basically just finding the stalest line possible and then using that as the reference for the play that they liked. And that's the point of exposing this is that you know, and they've kind of realized that now and that's why they've switched to exclusively using Chris for their lines. But the problem is that all of these records, look at this. I'm going all the way back to the beginning again. All the records that they accumulated before they were releasing individual games, I'm sorry, even while they were released individual games. Look at this. I don't see Bookmaker or Chris anywhere. William Hill, DraftKings, Westgate, Caesars. So you get the idea. I mean, CG, Win. I mean, they're not using Chris. So now they're using Chris. This is a way that touts. This is a scheme, or I guess just an angle that touts use to fudge their records. And then they hope people buy their packages, and they're obviously going to do worse because they're not going to be getting these stale lines. Um, yeah, so just a little extra update, and yeah, Schwimmer's a piece of shit.